You know, when I look around at all the entrepreneurs who are grinding it out, spending 70 to 80 hours per week growing their business, you have to ask yourself the question, at what cost? Hi, my name's Tim Uchuk, and in this podcast, we're going to be exploring the tools, tactics, and strategies for crushing it and scaling your business without making the ultimate sacrifice of your time and freedom. Hey everyone, Tim Uchuk here, and I am just on my way back from a coffee shop. I was giving my brain a bit of a rest after we had our quarterly planning meeting for Q1 of 2020. Happy New Year, by the way. And it was for my truck body business, so we manufacture and service truck bodies. And I thought I would share a little bit of behind the scenes insights into that business and what we were talking about in the quarterly planning meeting. Now, for those of you that are familiar with our Perfect Week program, the quarterly planning ritual, it's got to be like it's one of the best rituals that you can have in your business is to cut up your year into quarters, because once you do that and you define and reverse engineer what it is you want to be focusing on, it simultaneously creates your to-do list in terms of what you guys should be focusing on, but simultaneously it's helping you to create your not to-do list, right? Because you're saying out of all the things that we could be doing as a team and as a business, this is it. We've reverse engineered it. This is what we want to get done. We're going to track it every week between now and 90 days from now. So that was the exercise that we went through. It's never easy on the brain, but I love it. It's just it's a great way for you as a leader in your business to stretch your team's thinking and to challenge their thinking. And how I did it today, and this is what I want to share with you, is the Pareto Principle, the 80-20 law. And I've been really more rigorously applying it everywhere I can over the last several months. And that's become the theme. We've made it the theme in our business over the next year. And the reason behind it is really comes down to time. Honestly, as an entrepreneur, you think about the amount of time that you put in a day or a week, and if you look back and you think, where in the heck did it go? What was I doing, and what do I have to show for it? And the phenomenon of Pareto's principle, or the 80-20, is, if you look at, and it's kind of a rough rule of thumb, right? But if you look at 80-90% of your sales, typically what it states is it comes from 10 to 20% of your customer base, is kind of a rough. And so we've been applying it all over the place. So looking at what our people, our team members focus on. What is the 20% of the activities that they're doing that yields the 80-90% of the results? So in other words, what's the biggest bang for your buck activities? And looking at right across our sales team, all of our departments. And then we were looking at, okay, where do we want to be, not just top line revenue, but profitability. And we did an 80-20 on all the different types of work that we do and the different types of customers that we attract. And so it came out very clearly when we applied this rule that we're spending 60 to 70% of our energy and effort on work that looks good on the surface, but the profitability doesn't come close to some of the work that we do, 10-20%, some of the service work that just has awesome margins. And so it's really around, okay, let's look at it, let's understand what the mix is, and let's put that into our favor so that we can set up our targets to redefine what it means to kind of fill our shop with the right kind of work. And it doesn't matter the industry you're in. This is a thinking exercise you can go through and look at all the different types of work that you could be doing or have done, and then look at the stuff that just yields the biggest bang for your buck. So highest leverage customers or services that you offer or products that you offer, the stuff that relationship between energy you put in and the output you get out of it. So that would, it could come across as the strongest margin producing service or product. Whatever that is, it's a really good exercise. And by going through this exercise, we said, okay, we're doing all this work, we're saying yes to it, And because we haven't been intentional enough in terms of what our specific mix needs to be to arrive at that profitability that we'd like to see. So we went through the exercise, and essentially, um, long story short, we over the next 13 weeks, we've got very, very clear, and this is going to drive our marketing, it's going to drive our hiring and our training, that we want a certain percentage of our shop to be filled with a very specific type of work, and we're measuring it every single week. And then our sales team is tasked with filling those areas of our shop with that specific type of work. So one of it is tailgate repairs. We do really well in terms of margins, so we're going to get really intentional around what percentage we're going to allocate each week to doing that kind of work, and we're going to have that be essentially inflated within our budget. So I hope that makes sense. But and the same thing with my time. I don't know what it is these days. It must be the kids, but I'm just so cognizant of the value of my time, and I think you should be as well, and where you're spending it. And the 80-20 principle is a great way to just kind of pass a filter around how you're structuring your weeks. And so I've shared this a few times in past episodes, but if you ever get that feeling in terms of what in the heck am I doing with my time, and you feel like you're just not valuing it, I would apply the same constraint by just saying, okay, I've got all this stuff to do, right? And if I could only pick 3 things that I could get done today, or 3 things that I could get done this week, that constraint question is going to help you find that 80-20. It's going to help you out of all the stuff on your to-do list for today or this week. If somebody stole everything and left you with just 3, what would they be? And you're going to be forced to pick the highest value yielding activities. So constraint questions, applying that 80-20 all over the place, and having your team think in this way, and applying this filter to your business when you're planning, so that you can be intentional around the next 90 days, and just how you structure your business, and how you structure your marketing efforts and your sales efforts, and everything. I'm just really wanted to share that kind of thinking. It's definitely going to be my big theme, is the 80-20 principle, applying it to how I spend my time, how we structure our business, how we structure our job descriptions, and all that stuff. It's all around just ratcheting up our highest yielding activities across our business. So I hope that's helpful. I just wanted to give you some behind the scenes insight into the conversations we're having. And in terms of our priorities, we just started with, we began with the end in mind, right? And we said, okay, here's all the numbers, here's the 20% that's driving the 80. Let's make that our target. And then to make that true, so if our objective is to have this mix, what needs to be in place? Well, we need to hire this person. This person needs to be trained. This salesperson needs to have targets specifically attached to this outcome. So all these things fall into place when you begin with the end in mind. And then again, applying this 80-20 law is just a really helpful way to help move you and your team in the right direction. So anyways, hope that was helpful. I'm almost home here, and I will catch up with you guys soon. Hey, Tim Uchuk here, and real quick, if you enjoyed this podcast episode, if you could take a couple quick seconds to give it a rating, it would be very much appreciated. And secondly, if you're looking for more tools and strategies on how you can crush it in life and business, just head on over to bookwithtim.com, where I've put together a free case study which shows you how to unlock unprecedented freedom today by using the 2 power levers. Just head on over to bookwithtim.com. Until next time, wishing you success and freedom in your business. Cheers.